What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video from HonestJ. Sorry, it's been a long time. Been going through a lot of stuff here lately with my new job, training, and stuff, and then also my mom being sick with COVID for the last 2 months, and just really a lot of stuff going on. So I know it's been a while since I've been on. Been playing a lot of things, a lot of random different things. As you can see right now. Actually, you're playing some Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Now, as you can see, I'm right here in Ariel's world. Now, as far as what this is rated, obviously E for everyone. There's not anyone who can't play this game because it's not bloody or violent or any of that bad stuff. Definitely not recommended for people who don't like Disney. Who don't like Disney, not a good game to play. But all in all, it's a really fun game. There are some challenges to it, obviously. Getting used to swimming when you get to Ariel's world, for example, Atlantica, that can be a bit challenging at first, and then incorporating it with fighting, that also makes it a little difficult when you take fighting into consideration. Now, not that it's super difficult. I mean, kids can play this game and it's pretty easy and fun. I mean, you get to run into all kinds of characters from Disney. Now, if you're a fan of Disney, like I am, I'm a pretty big fan of Disney. I'm not like hardcore, like some people might be, but I do love Disney and Disney movies and things like that. As far as this game goes, now, one thing, if you are a fan of Disney, whether it's hardcore or not hardcore, one thing you will automatically notice is that the voices are not all voiced by the original actors and actresses from the different franchises. I mean, not like they couldn't have used more of the originals from while doing this one, just because not every character is young. In fact, some of the voices are actually, as you may or may not know, a lot of the voices are actually done by adult actors, even for kids' parts. So realistically, they could have gotten some of the original cast to do this, especially since it's Disney. They made a big deal about this game. Not to mention they also teamed up with Square Enix, who you all should know is Final Fantasy lore. So, between those two big companies, you figured they'd want to be, a little bit more true to the characters and stuff like that. Not saying that the voice acting isn't good, but trying to mimic some of the voices for some of the movies and things like that, not the best job. It's easy to tell it's not the original actors. I mean, I know they were trying to go for, it sounds like the original actor, but, well, I guess you have to have a really keen ear for things like that, too. It's like I do. I have a keen ear for hearing differences in voices. That's why I can also look at commercials sometimes and go, I know who that voice is, because I'm very good with tones and levels of voices and things like that. So that's one of the sad parts about this, is that is that some people don't actually... There's probably like maybe one or two of the originals who are doing the voice acting. Like Donald and Goofy, they sound pretty close to the originals. And maybe even they are the original people who voiced Donald and Goofy originally. If not, then they are really good at sounding a lot like the originals. But there's a lot of other characters in here that you can tell that it's not the original actor or actress voicing the part. Yeah, I'm not going back up. I think they actually did get James Woods to reprise his role for Hades, if I'm not mistaken. But you can tell that Phil, for example, is not Danny DeVito. By Phil I mean Phil from Hercules, the Hercules movie. So you can tell it's not him. There are parts where it sounds like him, but then there's other parts that's like, yeah, that's definitely not Phil. But that's just me. I mean, I'm keen to hearing random things like that and going, okay, well that's definitely not the original actor or actress. But gameplay is fun. I mean, you get to explore different Disney worlds. And then you also kind of look at it like, okay, well, if you're entering these worlds at specific times, how would it not affect the movie itself? Because you're coming in during periods of time where the movie has taken place, and so it just kind of randomness. Like, for example, Beauty and the Beast. I had Beast show up during one of my missions, which is kind of weird. It's just random because I figured it, lately they've been going to the worlds, but in this case they didn't go to the world, so it's just like, alright, I'm not sure what Disney was thinking on that one, but somehow that doesn't get brought up at all. How Maleficent goes through different worlds too. It talks to different characters. Yeah, it's not brought up in any of the movies too. So it's just like, as far as continuity, it kind of throws everything off balance. But if you look at it like possibly at the end of the game, they actually go back to the worlds with no memories of what happened, that would be a little bit more feasible of an excuse to believe. I'm kind of hoping that's where this game is going. Is just going to go that route and go, well, we're sending everyone back and no one's going to remember anything. So, anyway, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for Trinity marks. Now, when you play this game, obviously you're going to come across several Trinity marks that you can unlock with the trio. Only problem is remembering where they're all at. Who has what and where. That's where it gets kind of dicey. Trying to remember which ones you've already been able to unlock because you've gotten Trinities, and then ones you haven't unlocked because you didn't have certain Trinities. Now, right now, my main mission is to take on Maleficent in her dragon form. actually poses another question altogether, because now that I think about it, I fought several bosses and defeated them, basically destroying them. So, how do they get back to their world without affecting the storylines from the movies? That's kind of strange. The guy destroyed Boogie Boogie. He melted into a pile of bugs, just like he does in the movies. So how that's not going to affect Nightmare Before Christmas? Like I said, that is just So, yeah, as far as replayability, this is a good game for kids of all ages, even if you're an adult kid like I am. I had to see what the fuss is about, and I've been playing it, and I think it's a pretty good game. Easy to understand, however, it is... what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think of a word. Because when you're used to doing things a certain way in games, and everybody seems to make all games the same way, and this game kind of just throws you a curveball. Like, for example, most games, they tend to use X button for jumping. This one, it's O button. X button is actually the attack button. So that can tend to throw you off sometimes. Just like, not sure where I was supposed to be going with this, and then you hit the wrong button, and then you're like, oh crud, I just fell all the way down to the bottom floor of wherever you were just at, and you're just like, that's not what I was planning on doing. I was actually planning on being in a better spot. But then you accidentally hit the attack button, and so Sora does his little attack, and then it takes you off the cliff, and you're like, well, can't get back now, because you can't fly. So that makes it, kind of challenging. Trying to remember that O is what jumps for you. So it just takes some getting used to. But other than that, definitely a fun game. Getting to interact with all these Disney characters is fun. I do have to warn you ahead of time, though, there is a level that basically throws a curveball at you to where your only option is to survive and dodge, not attack, but survive and dodge, because you can attack. Without ruining the story and what happens, basically Sora ends up with a wooden sword, which does absolutely no damage to any enemy that you face. So your only option at that point is to survive. So if you play this game and you get to that point, or you get the wooden sword, just survive. That's all I can tell you. Do what you can to survive. Don't attack. Just run away and survive. So yeah. So other than that, I give it 2 thumbs up. I give it a good rating. It's really fun. I'm looking forward to completing this one and all the other ones on this game, and then the other ones to follow. So definitely E for everyone. Easy to use and understand, good storyline, and fun. So that concludes this video. If you haven't already done it, hit subscribe to subscribe to my channel. Turn on the bell to be notified of all future videos. Give us a thumbs up and a like. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Love the comments. And you all have a wonderful day. I'm switching over to Twitch. If you want to continue watching, catch me over there. Bye for now.